I don't know if you all remember, but last year I made a load of random quickfire Pokemon themed lists. I don't really know why, but I decided to go with the number 20 for my first video of this sort, and it just kinda stuck. But seriously, it's been forever since my last 20 list. Like, the last one I uploaded was in 2015. These were always really fun to make too, so I decided to make another one. In the previous 20 list, we took a look at some weird original Japanese Pokemon names. But there's more where that came from. Except we're not talking about Japanese names this time. It turns out that a lot of Pokemon from Generation 1 had different English names from what we know, but got changed before the games were released in English. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. We're gonna take a look at 20 of the weirdest unused Pokemon names. Let's begin. Paris was originally going to be known as Parasite. This was probably shortened so that it wouldn't coincide with the Japanese horror manga of the same name. Lickitung's name in the beta was Tongue-Tied. I feel like this one's pretty self-explanatory, but I like the name Lickitung better. Slowpoke's name was Slowmo. Dugong's name was Manatee, which is just a simple corruption of the word manatee. Though, to be fair, it's not exactly like Dugong's final name, it is much more creative. Chauncey's original name is actually the same as its Japanese name, being Lucky, which is probably because Chauncey is associated with luck. Now, I don't have a problem with Gyarados' name, but its original name is actually pretty cool, being Skullkraken. This is probably one of my favorites of the list. At one point, Tangela was named Medusa, probably because Tangela's vines resemble the massive snakes on Medusa's head. Now, I'm sure you've probably heard of this one before. Coughing and Wheezing's original names were NY and LA, which refers to the polluted airs of New York City and Los Angeles respectively. Lapras's original name was Ness, which would be referring to Lapras's design inspiration, the Loch Ness monster. Ditto's name in the beta was Morpho. Eevee's original name was Eon, which is of course a suffix at the end of all the names of the evolutions. Omanite and Omastar's original names were S and Cargo. Get it? S and Cargo make escargot, as in French for snail? Maybe their current names are better. I still find it really hard to believe what the original names of Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff are. Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff's original names are Pudding and Custard. What? Jigglypuff's is kind of understandable though. I mean, its Japanese name literally translates to pudding, so it's not really any huge surprise where they got that from. But where they got the inspiration to call Wigglytuff Custard, I have no clue. Tentacle's name in the beta was Jilly, whilst Tentacruel's was Manowar. I think that Jilly is almost kinda cute, so I wouldn't have even been bothered if it had kept that name. While Manowar is cool, it's a little too literal. It's the exact name of an extremely venomous type of Siphonophore. That doesn't mean that it couldn't work, because simply taking out the spaces and then one letter, and then just calling it something like Mawar, would have worked pretty well. And finally, Dratini's name was once Dragoon, whilst its evolution Dragonair was named Dragon. Well, that's just about it for today's video. If you can think of an idea for another 20 lists that you'd like me to cover, then please do leave it down in the comments below. If you want to see the video I did on 20 of the weirdest original Japanese Pokemon names, then you can click right here. Or click here to watch my very first 20 list, being 20 of the worst errors and mistakes in the Pokemon anime. But for now, that's all for now from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!